Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guide 365. In this video, I will be going over the new 4K Ultra HD pre-orders and announcements for December 1st, 2023. Just keep in mind, release dates and technical specs are subject to change. If there are any changes or additional retailer exclusives, I will update them in a future video. Also, be sure to check out my previous 4K pre-order videos for titles you may be looking for and were not covered here. Direct Amazon links to the titles listed in this video when they are live can be found on the channel's community page. The latest in the Trolls franchise, Trolls Band Together, is coming out on 4K, and the reported release date will be January 16th. Now, as per tech specs, it looks like HDR and Dolby Atmos will be included. As of right now, there's only a standard edition. No word yet if anybody will be carrying an exclusive steelbook, but if that becomes the case, I will update that in a future video. Director John Woo's latest action film, Silent Night, is coming out on 4K, and that date is going to be January 30th. Now, what you see here is pictured an exclusive steelbook only available at Walmart. This may be a sign that Walmart will be taking over the Lionsgate 4K steelbook releases. We don't know that exactly for sure, but signs are pointing to yes in that area. Now, this being a Lionsgate release, fully expect HDR, maybe Dolby Vision, and Dolby Atmos audio. A standard edition will also be released, and I will update that artwork when it becomes available. Paramount will be releasing the Kevin Bacon classic Footloose on 4K on February 13th. We don't have official artwork. I expect that to come very shortly, probably within the next week or two. And this being a Paramount release, HDR and Dolby Vision are expected. No word yet on the audio. I knew the exact moment I pulled the trigger on the Blu-ray edition of Willy's Wonderland, a 4K would be announced. Well, a couple weeks later, sure enough, it is now coming to 4K. That release date will be February 13th. Now, we don't know if the 4K edition is going to be graded with any form of HDR. That could go either way, but it does look like it's going to be available as a steelbook, non-exclusive. So when we get updated cover art in the coming weeks, I will update that in a future video. Available on February 20th, the remake of Children of the Corn from 2020 is coming out on 4K, and as of this recording, only available as a Walmart exclusive steelbook. There may be a standard release sometime either the same day or down the line, but as of right now, the Walmart edition is the way to go. Don't have exact tech specs yet, but I would not be surprised to see an HDR grading and, at the very least, DTS audio. There's starting to be a little trickle of information of Shout Factory's upcoming February release slate, and the first title is a big one, as Sam Raimi's Darkman is scheduled to arrive on 4K February 20th. This being a Shout Factory release, I fully expect HDR and Dolby Vision and probably the same DTS audio track from the prior edition. There is also reportedly going to be both a slipcover and a steelbook of the film. Once again, stay tuned to the channel. When that information becomes available, I will post that in a future video. For those interested in the third Beverly Hills Cop film, a 4K is coming out from Paramount on February 20th. HDR and Dolby Vision are more than likely going to be included, and probably the same audio track from the prior release. While we don't have an official release date yet, as it's still in theaters, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is coming to 4K, and this will be a standard edition as well as what looks again to be an exclusive steelbook only available at Walmart locations. Both of these are currently up for pre-order, and when we get an official release date, I will update that in a future video. There are, of course, a couple of international pre-orders and announcements to go over in this week's video, and don't forget, most 4K discs are region-free. Just announced from Cape Light in Germany, on December 7th, Ronin, starring Robert De Niro and directed by John Frankenheimer, is coming to 4K in both a steelbook and mediabook edition. It will have the same tech specs as the domestic release here from Kino Lorber, which means HDR and Dolby Vision and DTS 5.1. On January 18th, The Moon is coming to 4K in Germany. HDR and Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos will all be included. No word yet on a domestic US release, but I would not be surprised to see one happen. Funny enough, it looks like Denmark is the first to have a 4K release for Eli Roth's Thanksgiving film, and the reported release date will be February 19th. No word yet if this is going to get a domestic US release. I think that could go either way. At the very least, I wouldn't be surprised to see this pop up in other international markets on 4K, so stay tuned to the channel for that additional information. Butcher's Crossing, starring Nicolas Cage, is scheduled to arrive on 4K in Germany February 23rd. We now have the official artwork for 88 Films' UK release of the Amityville Horror, and the release date is going to be February 26th. Scheduled to arrive on February 29th in Germany, Andy Warhol's Dracula is coming to 4K in a couple different editions. It should also have the same tech specs as the release here in the States. While we here in the States don't appear to be getting a steelbook of Five Nights at Freddy's, it looks like you will be able to pick one up if you're in the UK on March 31st. So those are this week's 4K pre-orders and announcements for December 1st, 2023. Don't forget, if you're interested in any of the titles I talked about in this video, when they are live, those links can be found on the channel's community page, and they really help out me and the channel. Also, let me know what titles I talked about in this video you're planning to pick up for yourself. And finally, a special thank you to my Patrons for your continued support. It is very much appreciated. If you would like to support me through Patreon, I will leave a link in the description of this video. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.